barrel. Hello, elf.
Amid the squalor of Fort Joy, you suddenly spot an elf with diamond features, regal and radiant, but cold too, and sharper than any knife.
Meet Sebille.
She was the one who sat rolling dice in the ship that went under, deciding fates with every roll. Or so she said. Her eyes are focused on a lizard some distance away, and you get the distinct feeling he's an unfortunate man indeed to be trapped in her tiger-like gaze.
Approach her and ask what has her so enamored with that lizard. Ask her what a guy has to do to earn that stare. Or walk up to her and say, hello, it's good to see her again. I'm gonna ask what a guy has to do to earn that stare.
No sooner have these words left your mouth than she turns about and grabs you in a stranglehold. You feel the tip of a long needle being pushed a little ways into your neck.
Well, dear me.
You caught me off guard. No one catches me off guard. Better tell me who you really are, or this time I'll let my needle do the licking.
Oh, she remembers me. I just walked up to you. I wasn't even sneaking. Command her to let you go this instant. Who the hell does she think she is attacking you like that? Tell her to take it easy. It wasn't your intention to startle her. Or I can use a dwarf option and say you're just another dwarf, a long way from home. You mean her no harm. I'm gonna go with that one.
A dwarf out of his kingdom, yes. Like a fish out of water, dangling helplessly from a hook.
That's a bit much.
A push, a pivot, and now you suddenly face her. The needle still all too deeply embedded in the side of your throat. Despite the precariousness of your situation, you notice something that remained undetected in the gloom of the ship. A flaw in her diamond features. A curiously shaped scar on her left cheek.
Ask her how she got the scar, or wonder why she was stuck in that lizard. Neither of those seem like great options, but I'm gonna go with the top one. We're gonna say, so, how'd you get the scar?
Let me tell you a little story.
Can you pull the needle away first?
Once upon a bad old time, a lizard cut this living scar, into my cheek. The mark of a slave.
Guessing you found that lizard.
But now I'm free. Of sorts. And I've traced that lizard here, to Fort Joy. I intend to raise the subject with him.
Fair enough. Point out that you are not that lizard. So you should probably pull the needle away from her neck. Politely ask her to remove the needle so you and her can talk this over like civilized people. I'm gonna point out that I'm not that lizard.
She drives the needle in deeper and whispers.
In truth, it does not matter in the least who you really are. You saw me mark my prey. You could warn him, save him, or kill him before I get my chance.
I don't plan to do any of those.
That makes you a liability. That makes you needle feed.
I do see where you're coming from, though. Make her an offer. Instead of killing you, she could join you. That's the plan that I'm going with. I want her on my team. This is going nowhere, but if there's going to be bloodshed, she should at least give you a chance to defend yourself. No, I want her to join me.
A bright sparkle of laughter follows your proposal.
Ha! How amusing. I admit I had not seen that twist coming. I was certain the pitiful begging was about to begin.
Ah, no, I don't beg.
Make your case and do it quickly. Why should I join you?
Say you're planning your escape, and you've need of people with talents like hers. Sooner or later, the Magisters will come for her. Tell her she'll not survive on her own. I'm not going to challenge her like that, because she seems like the stubborn type who would be like, I can do it. So I'm going to say that I'm planning my escape. I need people with talents like hers.
Escape? How you do tickle me. Most of the misguided dears around here would argue such a thing is impossible.
Remind her you saved her from certain death back on the ship. Just saying. Scoff and say that nothing's impossible. Or assure her that you're far from a misguided deer. I'm not going to remind her that I saved her life, because that just seems rude, holding it over her head like that. So now I'm torn between scoff and say that nothing's impossible, or assure her that I'm not far from a misguided deer. I feel like doing that would give her an opportunity to insult me in a different way, so I'm just going to say, nothing's impossible, we can do it.
A silly thing to say, but then again, I did think catching me off guard was impossible. Oh, little needle mine, what should I do? Push or pull? the agony of choice.
Definitely whatever you choose, just do it away from my neck. How about that?
You know what? Today is a rather fine day.
Sweet.
Sunshine and an
Let's
easy
not die.
breeze. Yes, I'll let you live. I'll even agree to travel with you, provided we talk to that lizard I mentioned.
Of course. Just don't kill me.
I'm not quite sure the weather will save him.
That's fine.
With a casual flick of the wrist, she withdraws the needle from your neck and smiles, as if she just invited you to sit down for tea.
Look at a flick of the wrist. Sorry.
Let's discuss our respective roles then, shall we?
Mhm.
You, me, and Death will be playing many a round of hide and seek. So, what role would you like me to play? As a rogue, my speciality is stealth, the quick silence of the dagger striking unseen. That said, I'm perfectly lethal wielding any weapon or magic. So, the choice is yours.
I do want you in the rogue field, but possibly a different role.
My grace and finesse could make a cat's fur go green with envy. Go on, give me the details.
I do want to see about these finesse rolls. Let's see. Not a ranger, not the distance. So here's the rogue one. Doesn't mind getting their hands dirty, picking a few locks, stabbing a few backs. Rogue would fit the bill. That's good, but there's one, this one, the Shadow Blade is what I was curious about. You're looking for someone exceedingly subtle, excuse me. The kind of person who could pick a pocket, then retreat to the shadows and throw a spell or two. A Shadow Blade would do. I feel like I've never played a Shadow Blade, but I think that would be a great addition to the team. Let's try it out.
Suits me fine. Lead on. Or better yet, let me take the lead.
Nod. That settles it.
Then follow me. But wait. You seem to have quite a few followers
Oh, crap.
already. We'll be far too conspicuous traveling in a caravan like that. Return to me once you've culled a couple.
That's fair. So this provides us a problem. Beast is dead. We have to resurrect him and then get rid of him. So I have to spend money to buy a resurrection spell just to get rid of him. This is unfortunate. I wish he hadn't died. But we have to do what we have to do. So now we have to find a resurrection spell, or find the money to buy one, and then get rid of him to get her so that we can go and do more combat and stuff like that. But we have to do combat to get the money to afford one. How much money do we have? We might have the money to afford one already. And I know someone who has the item we need. She was down here. Let's see if we can find her. So I'm going to bring my whole troop down here. We might have the money to buy the resurrection spell already, so we're going to test it out. I think we have enough. Hopefully, hopefully. They are expensive though. Oh, we got wet. We're in water. Which means we must be coming here soon. There we are. There's the dead Naren. Here she is. Margot.
You remember what I said. No sense in going at this whole mean world alone.
Alright, yeah, So I need you. We actually have stuff to sell, which is great. But you, oh, there it is. Yep, that's what I wanted. These woven wraps I don't need. Minor healing potion would come in handy though. And these, you can see this is where I sold all my stuff to her. The empty potion bottles, except, wow, they're so expensive now. Holy crap. These can make, you turn those into potions. You can craft these into potions, we found out, so definitely worth having. And then, see how much these are, 1,188. Well, for now, we just want to buy one. Let's see how much we can get for selling what we have on us at the moment. 96. That's not much. Okay, so we're not going to be able to buy these, unfortunately. We don't have the money. Okay. Don't have the money for this either. 297, we're selling 96. We could put the rest of the money in. 201, that's not great. It's bringing us down a lot of money, but we need the resurrection scroll to get where we need to go. So we will do it. I hate your prices, but I don't have an option. So now we need to go find Beast, who is laying dead in a pool of his own blood, way down the beach. Here. Hey, Beast. I'm coming for you, buddy. Just so that I can tell you to mind your own business. I'm not a very nice person, am I? Look at To give this over to Fane. Fane, I need you to come here. I need you to use the resurrection spell on Beast. And resurrect him here. Welcome back to the fold. We need to talk. Also, I'm going to take all your gear and sell it. So, sorry. But, I need it to sell. Give me that. You don't have much, though, so it's really not going to sell for much. Let's see, what do we got? 34? 34? That right there is worth it. 5, 3, nah, whatever. But, I'm sure you'll make do.
Not drawing many winning cards of late, but I won't be crying over it. Sailed away from my last island prison scot-free. No reason I can't do it again.
I believe in you. I think you're going to go far. I think you're going to do amazingly great things. I would love to do a playthrough and have you on my team. This playthrough, I can't do it, so I'm going to tell you that we need to go our separate ways for now, at least.
Are you certain you want to dismiss your companion?
No, but yes.
If we have different paths to take, you and I, so be it.
That's exactly it. We just have different paths. I believe that I will see you off this island one day. I hope that I will. I love you, Beast. You have a good one, buddy. Let's go recruit us an elf. I wonder if I can just move my map over to... I believe she was... Oh, nope. Don't want to place a marker. Just wanted to go there. Can't do it? Alright. Let's figure out where that lady was hiding. Past the water. Up here? There. Where'd she go? Oh, maybe I just can't see her because I'm not close. Don't scare me like that. Warm. What does warm mean? Oh, and it's gone. Why did I get rid of the dwarf? I can only have 4 companions at a time, so right now I have myself, I have the lizard, I have the skeleton, and I got rid of the other dwarf mainly because I already have a dwarf. I'm a dwarf, so I don't need another dwarf. This elf provides a tactical opportunity. Is this the lizard that you were watching?
What took you so long? I'm ready to take up arms if you are.
Sorry, I just wanted to interrupt whatever was about to happen because I want to be a part of it. So elves provide another opportunity, an asset, or an aspect, a factor to the game. Elves, one, I needed a rogue to give that full party feel, because right now I have a battle medic, I have a battle mage, I have a battle archer, or a wizard archer, or whatever you want to call them, and I needed a rogue. The other thing is that elves in this setting can eat the flesh of fallen people and learn about them. Well, in this game, that's a huge aspect of the game, and there's all this underlying backstory that you can learn from eating the flesh of your enemies. So I've been collecting what I have so far so that she can eat it. If I had the dwarf, I would lose that and not be able to use it at all. The prince is the red prince is the lizard. He adds the aspect of having to be able to breathe fire and just the lizard options. The Fane is an undead, so he can use he allows us access to all the undead actions and all the undead dialogue. So you've been collecting flesh. Yes, that is weird. I agree, but it's worth it in the end. Yes, I would love to have you join me.
You're not quite certain you'll ever sleep soundly with Sebille in any sort of proximity, but at least she's on your side, for the moment.
Fair point. And we have her on our team. Now, she's got crappy gear, and I sold all of her good gear that we could have given her, so that's my fault. Oops. So yeah, she's got nothing of any greatness. Pants. Now, for scientific reasons only... Nope, you can keep your shirt on. Alright, let's go ahead and level her up. She's got, actually... Yeah, she's the only one. She has some level ups. So it looks like finesse and wits are going to be her bonus here. So let's go ahead and boost both of those a little bit. Finesse will help with her weapons and skills. whereas wits will help with her critical chance or initiative and ability to detect traps and find hidden treasures. Perfect. Let's jump over to her combat abilities. Now, she's got points in Polymorph and in Scoundrel. Increases movement speed and boosts your critical modifier. What does Polymorph do? Provides 1 free attribute point per point invested. Okay. Let's go ahead and give her points in dual wielding, because I think I'm going to have her dual wielding like smaller weapons, like daggers and stuff like that. So let's go a point in dual wielding to help her with that. Let's just see. Increases damage and dodging when dual wielding 2 one-handed weapons. Yeah, that's what we're going to go with. Hopefully that's a good plan. Let me know. And then lastly, she has her civil abilities, which there is one that we wanted in here. Thievery is definitely what we wanted. She's already got a point in it, so I think I'm going to put my other point in sneaking. She will be my super sneaky, stealthy rogue type. I don't have another weapon for her at this point, so I'm actually just going to give her this, whatever it's called, the stone on a stick. It's not great, but at least it's something. For now, we will get her better gear as we are able. She currently has an oil flask. Let's move this around. An oil flask. She came with a resurrection scroll, which is great. We need all of those we can get. I'm going to give that to Fane for now. And she comes with her own health potion. This is good. This is good. Alright. So, there's the team. We've got Fane, our wizard. We've got Sebille, our rogue. We've got the Red Prince, our ranger. And we've got Wrath, the dwarf. Now, one thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to move some of the gear from Fane to Sebille. And the reason I'm going to do this is that Fane is our wizard. He should always be in the background just lobbing spells. Whereas Sebille is a close range. So she's going to be up close, darting in and out. She's going to need some armor. So, what we're going to do is we're going to move some of his armor to her. Now, we have to be careful about this because Fane is an undead. If he is unclothed at all, people will attack him on spot because he's an undead. They don't know that he's undead as of right now because he's fully clothed. Nobody can tell. So, what we're going to do is we're going to save before anybody freaks out and attacks me. And we are going to start moving gear around. So, I'm just going to put this crappy gear on him. Crappy gear on him. And then we're going to put the better gear that we just got off of him onto her. Onto her. Now, some of this gear, like his gloves of teleportation, he will keep. His prisoner's boots, they're just normal. He'll keep those as well. Everything else I think he can keep. It was mainly just the pants and the shirt that we needed to switch out. Now, is any of this better than what he has? No. So now he's rocking no armor, which is terrible, but it's worth it because now she at least has some armor. I actually really like these leggings. I mean, it's just a raggedy old skirt, but it looks creative. It looks unique. I like it. It's a good touch. Alright, and that completes that. We didn't mess up. He didn't get unclothed at all, so nobody attacked us. We are good. Now, the next step that we're going to do is we're actually going to take a second and let her eat the flesh of all the fallen creatures that we found so far and learn some interesting background information about stuff that we've encountered as of this point. I believe we have... Do I have an extra? Yes, I do have an extra bedroll, so we'll give that to her. Okay, put the bedroll down here. Put that down there with it. Move some of the stuff around here real quick on our hotkey bar. Alright, basic attack, Chameleon Cloak, grants you the power to blend in with any environment as if invisible, so she can pretty much go invisible. That's great. Backlash, jump over an enemy, landing behind their back and backstabbing them for 6 to 8 damage. That's really cool, because then we can really create a flanking opportunity. If we have 2 people in front of them, she can jump behind them and then flank them. That'd be great. Let's see. Chicken Claw. Turn the target character into a chicken. We could turn enemies into chickens? Yes, I want this. Flesh Sacrifice. Gain 1 action point immediately and a 10% damage boost for 2 turns at the cost of 1 Constitution. Any action point over your maximum is lost. That's interesting. That'll provide for some tactical opportunities because we'll be able to give her free action points. Why is your weapon on your hotkey bar? I don't need that on your hotkey bar. Flurry. Perform 3 quick attacks, dealing 3 to 4 damage. Each dealing 3 to 4 damage. So that's a quick 9 to 12 damage right there. Awesome. And we don't have this yet because we still have to, once we get these collars on, we'll gain access to another move. But still have the collars on for now. What was I saying we were going to do? Have her eat. Okay. So, here we go. We're going to jump down to her. We got to go into the inventory. So, this right here, you can see... Oh, the intestine. Oh, man. I just remembered I just sold stuff that I needed. Whatever. It's okay. Let's send this down to Sebille here. We got all kinds of stuff. So, we have the severed head, sightless eyes, stare in terror at whatever horrors marked their last memories. We have the chunk of flesh. Now, if I remember right, this goes with a certain scene, and these 3 all go with a certain scene. Wretched torso, bloodied arm. Okay, so the chunk of flesh, I believe, came from our very first encounter on the ship, where a murder happened on the exile ship. You can see it in episode 2 on YouTube. It's episode 2 of the series. A murder happened, and we found this chunk of flesh at the murder scene. So let's see what happened.
As the dead man's flesh slides down your throat, you feel his consciousness enter yours. His memories are yours to experience. You are Finn. Your heart is heavy. You know too much. It's all too much. You met him. A bright light blinds you, then fades. You feel a tremendous power in your hands, but they are shaking so hard you can barely use them. Suddenly you're on this very ship, crouched in a corner, hugging your knees. A figure approaches, an older woman. Her eyes are kind. She comes closer. She says she wants to talk. She reaches a hand toward you. You grasp it. The memories end. You are no longer Finn. You return to yourself with a jolt.
New skill, Adrenaline. Wow. She earned another skill. Can only be cast in combat. Let's kind of switch those around. Gain 2 action points immediately, but lose 2 action points next turn. Oh. Any action points over your maximum are lost. Wow. Okay, that adds a little bit of tactical advantage and disadvantage there. Interesting. Okay. So that was Finn. Let's see what else we got here. Let's eat the arm. Never thought I'd say that in my life.
Looking around for joy, you feel excited. A new environment to explore, new people to meet, new challenges to overcome. Who knows what could happen here?
Okay, so this is from a bloated corpse, I believe, that we found on the beach of... Not a bloated corpse, sorry. It's from a corpse that we actually found on a beach the other side of the crocodiles, where we fought those in episode... I don't know what episode that was. Played a lot, but past the alligators, I think is alligators, is where we found this corpse. Something about being excited to be here. Interesting.
Early memories are overshadowed by a terrifying death, a tempest of teeth, scales, and snarls. You never imagined it would end like this.
So I think that's the alligators that ate him. So how are you gonna eat this head?
You are ever sodden, ever sandy. The smell of guts and sea waste cling to you like a ghost. You sought freedom, the life of a seaman, but you didn't find it.
So I don't even think this person was in exile here. I think they were just out at sea and then washed up on these shores and got eaten by an alligator. So there you go. There's the flesh. Now, that lizard they wanted to talk to, he's there, Stingtail. Now the problem is she wants to attack him. I think that's also the lizard that the Red Prince wants to talk to. She wants to kill him, he wants to talk to him. This is going to be an interesting encounter. Let's go ahead and save before we roll up in there. Just to make sure we don't do anything dumb. Let's go. Go backwards. Want to go forwards. Oh, it just saved on its own. It knows. Let's talk to him.
Just as you're about to address the lizard, the Red Prince bars you with an outstretched arm.
This man is a dreamer. As you know, I need a word with him. You may wait here while I speak.
Very well. Tell me he has your permission. Say that you wanted to talk to the lizard, and so you shall. Now, by all means.
Permission indeed.
He bids the dreamer stand up and pay attention, which he does in a groveling and awkward manner. The dreamer then chews and swallows a handful of Divinity leaves before slipping into a trance-like state.
The prince just fell asleep.
He falls asleep. To your surprise, the Red Prince lies down and follows suit.
He's a dreamer.
After about half an hour, they wake up and begin to discuss what they saw in their dreams.
Interesting.
The Red Prince pinches the bridge of his nose in apparent irritation before turning his back on the jabbering dreamer.
Smile and tell him you couldn't help but overhear some of the nuggets of wisdom he just received. Say you didn't know lizards put so much stock in their afternoon nap. I'm gonna go with the first one.
You receive a withering glance in response.
A deserved bit of sarcasm, I suppose. But though this stingtail fellow may be a less than stellar specimen in the firmament of dreamers, the dreams themselves prove to be quite elucidating. Turns out I'm being hunted by an enemy I didn't know actually existed. The myth-shrouded House of Shadows. The dreamers, though, they're on my side. And they've visions of me on the throne.
That's good. Tell me you've little faith in visions, or wonder if this throne is worth the assassins that seem to come with it. I'm gonna not say about the visions. I'm gonna go with the second one here.
Of course it is. I was born with the promise of an empire, and that promise will be kept.
Fair enough.
But to keep it, I must find a second dreamer. A greater one. A more experienced traveler of the dream world. Bahara is her name, and she resides in the swamplands east of the fort. So, let us make our escape and venture there post-haste.
Just like that.
You know, I could tell you all about swamp dreamers too if I chewed that much Divinity.
Oh, do hold your prickly tongue.
Okay, we just learned a little bit. We've actually got a couple of options here, or a couple of new journal entries. So let's learn about Sebille. Sebille joined my party. It seems she very adamantly wants to question a certain lizard. She and her needle are clearly not to be trifled with. Makes me wonder what'll happen when we find the one she seeks. I thought it was this one. Right here. The Red Prince met a dreamer called Stingtail. He learned that he's being hunted by the mysterious House of Shadows, and that he should find another dreamer called Bahara. She could be found in the hollow marshes beyond the fort, so that means we have to escape first. Alright, escape from Reaper's Eye. We have the imprisoned elf. We found Griff's supply crate, but there was nothing inside. Perhaps the contents are still nearby. Griff is the guy who runs the the gang in the area, and I think the supply crate was this marked crate we actually found over here that was empty. An elf named Sahila has asked that we help free her friend Amiro, who is being held captive somewhere nearby. She mentioned that a lizard of dreams and far feeling might be crucial to Amiro's release. I forgot about that. That is this lizard, so I do need to talk to him about that before Sebille kills him. The murderous geist, yes. We met a magistrate named Diero who wanted to find the sorcerer named Migo. We found Migo. We spotted a strange figure on the beach nearby. Blood and corpses surround him. Whatever's going on, perhaps we should give him a wide berth. The geist at the beach is dead. We didn't give him a very wide berth. And then the Withermoor soul jar. We've met an undead being petrified and pierced by a heavy lance. Should we try to help or leave him? I want to help him, but I wasn't strong enough to pull out the lance, so we're going to have to come back to him and figure it out. In the meantime, I need to talk to this guy.
As you're about to approach the lizard, Sebille cups your chin between thumb and index finger, then guides your eyes to hers.
Listen, I need to have a chat with this here morsel of flesh. He has wronged me once, but may just do right by me this time.
You don't see why not. Tell her to go ahead and have this chat, or say you'd rather talk to him yourself. I want to talk to him first before she kills him, so give me 1 sec.
Still holding onto your chin, she makes your head nod in approval.
I insist.
she's so adamant she can go ahead and talk to him. Yeah, we'll let her. I don't want her to kill me.
To your surprise, Sebille proceeds to throttle the unsuspecting lizard with one hand as she drives the tip of her needle into his lower belly with the other. Then the questions commence. You hear him yelp about the master, lone wolves, and a man called Griff. Then, quite suddenly, there's blood everywhere as Stingtail falls to the ground, face first into his own intestines.
Well, I guess I don't get to question him.
Sebille heaves a sigh of satisfaction, and as she wipes her needle clean, shoots you a cursory look.
Chat's over.
Demon elf, how dare you strike down a dreamer?
Such is my prerogative, Prince, and doubly so, my pleasure.
Got anything to say to that?
Something on your mind?
Demand to know why she just brutally killed Stingtail, or say you're re-evaluating traveling together. She's a psychopath. I don't really want to say that one, but why'd you kill him?
It's simple. He scarred me, so I scarred him. Extensively.
She defies you with devilishly innocent eyes.
Can you blame me?
Say that you absolutely can. This was cold-blooded murder. Or admit that if someone had likewise scarred you, your reaction might have been the same. I'm gonna say that one.
There it is. I was wondering when your spying would make an appearance.
Hey.
Anyway, what's dead is done, so let's move on, shall we? Despite my high hopes, this scar disfigures me still.
Ask her what's next.
The search for the master continues, of course. Hungry work, the hunt. And you know what? I'm feeling a bit peckish. Stingtail mentioned a cook, as it happens. A fellow named Griff. 2 birds, 1 stone. How about it?